Up with the New Orleans Saints. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready? You ain't got it.
44 is the mic. 44 is mic. Check.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. 12.
Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
57 is the mic.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now Lance. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored. In the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Yeah, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. And they'll go for it. Lance. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Pick me up. Here we go. Check.
11 MT. Stop.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Strong right. Strong right.
On 2nd and 7, Burrow. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he's brought down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Singletary. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
11.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Singletary again. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
They'll look to run with Singletary. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And Gay knocks this one through. And it's 3-0 Washington. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be. It got his man, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Well, I mean, Mike Evans has been an elite receiver for some time now, and part of that, Charles, certainly what he can do once the ball is in his hands.
And that should serve as a big warning to this defense. They know now that they have to stick close to these receivers because they have the ability to break games wide open after the catch, and that one wound up in the end zone.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Washington 3. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10.
3 down.
They go play action with Burrow. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Burrow's throw taken in here by Fuller.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 28.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Play action. It's Burrow. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
57's the mic.
Burrow on play action. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
Complete to Travis Kelce. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Burrow looking to pass. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Will Fuller. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And Washington has retaken the lead.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7.
Saints 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll hand it off now. Williams pushes him aside at the 45. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Now, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
Escapes the defender, and they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Saints.
10-7 our score.
Saints 7.
Get ready.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. It's folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And now they'll throw with Lance. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Off of play action, here's Lance. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down.
At the 8-yard line.
Right, here we go. Here we go. Black 40. Smash. Red.
I got you. 46.
To throw, it's Lance.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have retaken the lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10.
Washington 10.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it.
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A huge play there for Washington.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
12.
They'll run on first down. Singletary. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And the Saints are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. The 30. 10. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
And plenty to praise on the play, but this is also a bit of a breakdown defensively because you've got to be right on him when he makes the catch. Otherwise, he has the ability to really make you pay, and he does right there, picking up excellent real estate after the catch.
Extra point now by Boswell. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score Saints 21, Washington 10.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Burrow now off the bootleg. His throw incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
Tight end right, tight end right.
And they go play action now. Burrow. Dancing to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw complete there to Smith.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. On the handoff, it's Singletary. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are. Stay with who.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Washington.
Devontae Smith.
His 9th touchdown of the season.
And Washington has made this a one-score game.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is down to 4. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
That's
what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Check Mike 11, check Mike 11.
And Lance will try again on 2nd down.
This is caught by Evans. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
You better bring.
On 1st down, Williams. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Right here, right here. 46.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
Let him know.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had...
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
K'Lavon Chason
Gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
2nd and 20.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow looking here for Smith downfield. He's got a man. Complete.
Ooh, Lord,
Touchdown.
Devontae Smith,
83 yards.
and Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And he will take this down to the 10-yard line.
So problems there on the return, very costly, not what you need when you've just surrendered the lead.
Not at all, because this now has a chance to really snowball on them quickly. Their offense was on the sidelines talking about getting on the field and getting that score back.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Second down and goal. Burrow. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Singletary, they'll run for it. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Devin Singletary with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And Lance's throw complete here to Kmet. And out across midfield down to the 45. A 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints.
Cole Kmet
as the first half is winding down.
And the Saints are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Oh, he missed it. No good. So this remains a 4-point game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense, as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be. But halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, Here's Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, they trail here, though not really the fault of this offense.
No, they certainly did their part in the first half. But when you're in a shootout like this, you definitely want your defense to play better, but you know that's out of your control. All you can do, keep putting points on the scoreboard and keep giving your defense opportunities to make stops.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance
rolling to his left.
And Lance will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On play action, Lance
steps away. And his throw is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
56 yards rushing for him now to this point. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you. Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been four-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. First and 10.
Powers through. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On second and 12, Lance.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. With his second TD of the game, his sixth on the year.
And the Saints have retaken a third quarter lead.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that gives him a 3-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3.
Well, now how about this return? He's to midfield. And finally, he's out of bounds, but not before a great return. He's all the way inside the 30.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Now Burrow on first down. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They run here with Singletary, and that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal.
Check 50, check 50. 25, check 25, check 25. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
12.
They'll try and run for it. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And now their defense came through with a goal line stand, got them the ball back. Let's see what they can do about putting a drive together. Long way to go.
They need to reward that defense. A goal line stand, they've got to make that stand up themselves, right? Give the defense a chance to catch their breath on the sidelines. At least get 2 first downs. 3 would be better. Change field position. Let them catch their breath.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20.
Now a play fake. Lance
under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Osa Odighizuwa coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. After the sack on 1st down, Lance.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown.
K.J. Hamler,
89 yards. And the Saints add on to their lead. The extra point, not exactly a thing of beauty, but it does ricochet home. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Take it in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And some room to roam now.
Touchdown, Washington.
Will Fuller with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And Washington able to make this a close game again.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
Rolling to his right. And he'll just get rid of it. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Push him back. Slam.
A give to Williams, running right. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some.
Looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. That was pretty obvious. He didn't let him catch it.
Agreed, and what's hard is you make that long run downfield to try and cover it, but you got to locate the football as well.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
Boswell good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taken in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Who that? Fofo's and Mike. Mike's Fofo.
From midfield now, Burrow.
Come on, QB, come on.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is going to be intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
And the Saints are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover.
Another try after the first down sack.
Lance.
That is caught. It's Williams. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Saints are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. He'll go up top here for Hamler.
And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but...
And my goodness, another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
They try the left side here with Williams. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Go. 40 striker. 3.
Play action. Now it's Lance.
Sliding out of the pocket. And out of bounds right around the 20. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep it's an extra timeout.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
He's checking.
Here's Lance to throw it.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
On 2nd and goal, Lance. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Cole Kmet, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Saints add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Boswell for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Washington 38. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time, one play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era. We think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
46.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here we go with Williams. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Set. 60 red. 60 red.
Army.
On the ball. Let's go.
Williams.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
Javonte Williams
With touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Saints are poised to move to 8-0 as they extend their lead even further.
Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Saints 62, Washington 38. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
We got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep it on.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
First down. Here's Burrow. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
11.
Fofo's and Mike. Mike's Fofo.
I'm here all day.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. Touchdown! Devin Singletary. He scored on the ground and through the air. And Washington able to cut into that deficit. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the...
And my goodness, another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 3 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. Again, it's Williams. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And it's 3rd down.
Ready. 36 to Mike.
Watch twist, watch him.
38. Red cycle. Back. Ready.
Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. He's going to float this one deep right side. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense. Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
11 MT tank. 11 MT tank.
Mike to 59. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. 59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check, 59.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go. Done.
Mike, check.
Ready. Done.
Again, it's Burrow. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7 yards, the pickup there.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Watch 57.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Kaiser White.
And the Saints are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He'll buy some time right.
A throw left side taken in by Komet.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all, haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw there, complete to Hamler.
And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Now, a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points.